Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Against the Grain Brewery and Smokehouse. They're out of Kentucky. This is their 70K. And what this is a bourbon barrel aged imperial milk stout with as many K's as we could fit in there. This was sent to me by my good friend Jason. He has sent me beers multiple times over the last several years. He sent me this. I just got it today. So I stuck it in the fridge for about an hour or so. And this is the final beer of the evening for me. I wanted to review it pretty quick. I do appreciate Jason spending his hard-earned money on this super expensive beer. He sent me a nice little note here, and I am going to read it. Bear with me here. He says, "Hi Greg, hope all is going well. He bought 3 bottles of this and wanted to send one to me and my other half. And this is a big bottle. She'll get a glass of this too." Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it, and I'm sure she does too. He says, "They make a milk stout by the name of 35K, and that's what this beer is, but doubled up and aged in Angel's Envy bourbon barrels. They don't specify how many months, but rather say for a very long time." So they don't tell us how long it was in the barrels. "I do know Angel's Envy's is a very good bourbon. I've never had it." I'll take your word for it, Jason. He said the cost is $20 each, because this bottle costs $20. He bought 3 of them, $60. But it must be pretty tasty if he was willing to do that. Hopefully he's had it before, or he had one and decided it was time to get some more. I don't know. He doesn't elaborate on that. He says, I hope me and my wife enjoy it. I'm sure we will, sir. And he says, the date is at the top of the neck, etched in, but very small. We can see 17 and think the numbers before that are 085. So he was guessing that it was on the 85th day of 2017. Another reason why we want some kind of month. The day is not critical, but month and the year, so we know whether it was done at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, when exactly it was done. And I'm going to look at this bottle when I come back for the final chug and see if I can read anything on it. Very hard. I got a feeling it's up here on the very high part of the neck. But like I said, I'll look at that when I come back for the final chug and see if I can decipher anything else other than what he has told me. So once again, Jason, thanks again, my brother. I do appreciate it, sir. I'm sure this is going to be a great beer. Final beer of the evening for me, guys. And I wanted to go ahead and, very rarely I'll do the beer the same day that I get it, but I felt compelled to do this. It looked very tasty. His note inspired me to say, oh man, I think I want to do this today. So I immediately threw it in the fridge and chilled it down for about an hour, hour and a half. So let's see what it brings to the table here, guys. I've already read you the commercial description here. It is a 13%. And I don't know if he tells me that on the note. So let's double check that on the label. I'm not seeing it there. Yep, 13% alcohol by volume. Against the Grain Brewing out of Kentucky. And the commercial description here is exactly the same thing that I've read you. So, a very nice, big bottle of bourbon barrel aged beer. So, that's all we need to talk about. So, let's stop talking and start pouring. What do you think? Yeah, that's what we need to do. Stop flapping your gums, boy. Very nice cap. I want to save that. Nice little hiss. A little bit of smoke coming out. Into the glass we go. Very black coming out. I'm going to stand this one up, guys. I'll tell you, the food pairing, it says general chocolate dessert. Glass bar, a pint, backernonic tumbler, mug, style Sidel. I'm using my favorite snifter on this style of beer. And this says not recommended for extending cellaring unless ABV extends average range. Well, 13%, what do you think? Does that extend the average range? Duh, yeah. So, I don't know why they put that stupid shit. They're going to tell you to, you can cellar a double IPA, and then they want the 13%, they're going to say, not cellar it unless it extends the average range. Sometimes what they say on Beer Advocate makes no sense to me. Zipper heads. Alright, over into the light, I am getting absolutely none. Straight down the center. The head's just barely covering the top of the beer. Probably an eighth of an inch or less. Looks very dark and rich in the glass, guys. Pitch black. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt, a nice milk chocolate aroma. Because they have used lactose on this, I'm pretty sure. It's a milk stout. Hints of the bourbon. It's very subtle. It's not off the chain bourbon. You're just getting bourbon, 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 and more bourbon. I'm getting those notes, but it's not overpowering the beer. Caramel, toffee, black molasses. Maybe a slight hint of some dark fruit, and those are probably going to come out a little more as they come up to room temperature, which I always do. Smells very, very nice, guys. Smells very delicious. And for $20 a bottle, there's bottles like this that cost $30, $35 for beers like this of this magnitude. 13% monster beer. Drink this one at home. Don't be drinking this unless you got somebody driving your drunk ass around. Because you will get into trouble if you go through a road check. Just one glass of this is enough in this state to get you a DUI. So, drink responsibly, guys. Be careful. Smells wonderful. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Jason. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. And I'm sure she will appreciate it, too, when she gets the other half of this. Awesomely well done. That is so smooth for 13%. I am getting a slight hint of some alcohol. This beer is very well made, guys. Take my word for it. If you're into the bourbon barrel stouts, as fresh as this is, a 2017 bottle, this beer is going to keep for a long time. 5, 10, 15, even 20 years, this beer is going to sell. It's going to get better. The flavors are going to come together. And you can drink this fresh, just like I'm doing. Or you could, like he did, buy 3. Drink one now. Drink one in a couple years, 3, 5 years down the road, and drink another one 10 years, 15, 20 years down the road. Or if you want to, I'm not sure whether they do this multiple times or not. If they've done it before, they're going to do it again. If they are, buy this year's version. Wait a year or 2, 3, and buy it again, and then do a vertical and see how much it's changed. Especially the one that's been in a bottle for several years as opposed to a fresh version. I'm sure it's gonna get better, guys. It's only gonna get better. Now that it's opened up a little bit, while I'm flapping my gums over here, I'm getting a little bit of some vanilla and coconut from the barrels, a little bit of woodiness. It's just getting better all the time, guys. It's just getting better. That smells awesome. I am getting some coconut in the taste too. That's opening up more and more. The longer it sits in the glass, it's opening up. It's getting more tasty. I'm getting more aromas and more flavors. So, very nice candidate to go out on the deck and sip on it for 30, 45 minutes. Maybe fire up a stogie, go with this while I'm sipping on it, let it come up to room temperature. Pour her a glass. I'm sure this is something she's going to freaking love, because it tastes pretty tasty to me right now. I can't stop smacking my lips. That's so tasty. Excellent beer as far as I'm concerned right now. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on about 45 minutes or so. Very tasty. The other half absolutely loved it. I knew she would. These bourbon barrel aged imperial stouts, especially the sweet stouts, the lactose, very smooth, very easy drinking. Nice sweetness to the back end. Now that I've let this warm up, I am getting everything that you want. I mean, rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, black molasses, a very nice sweetness from the lactose they've used in it. I'm getting the bourbon, I'm getting dark fruit, I'm getting coconut, I'm getting vanilla, I'm getting oak woodiness, everything that you want from a barrel-aged beer, especially in this style. Awesome. Didn't leave a lot of lacing on the glass. Little bit here, but it's very subdued. Awesome aroma. A very, very nice final beer of the evening. And for this size bottle, if a nice special occasion beer, if you have some close friends, 2 or 3, 4, 5 people in, pour a little bit for everybody. I'm sure they will be blown away. Very nice. Final chug. Awesome aroma. Superbly well-made beer. For a 13% beer, the alcohol is super well hidden, as much as it can be hidden. There's probably people that may try this beer for the first time and not be used to drinking a beer of this magnitude or this style of beer, bourbon barrel aged, and think it's super boozy. I do not. 6 or 7 years ago, this may have blown my palate out of my mouth, but right now, where my palate is, it's awesome, guys. It's pretty damn tasty. Now, I told you I was going to look at the bottle and see if I could see anything. It's very hard to see. I am not seeing it very well. It's etched on the bottle, and it is so hard to see. I'm going to have to put my Santa Claus glasses on, guys, and see if I can see it. Oh man, it's impossible to read that. It is so hard to see that. I can see there's something etched in it, but I cannot read it, guys. I'm glad Jason took the time to try to decipher what that's written on there. I see something is etched right here, right under the fat part of the neck here, but I cannot read it. I cannot see it. So it'd be nice if they would do some kind of ink instead of etchings. A lot of these breweries are going to the etchings. Still virtually impossible to see a lot of times. But I do think it's a very tasty beer. I'm going to give this a solid A. If you say, oh my God, it's a 10 beer, I would not argue with that. I'm going to give this a 98 because I can't see that etching on the bottle. If I could read that, I might get a 99 or even a 10. But I can't see it. I can't read that. And you need to be able to do that. Virtually impossible to read. I mean, I can't read it. I put the glasses on. I did everything I could to read it. I had to take Jason for his word. It's a 2017 edition, and like I said, he seemed like it was like the 85th day or something like that of 2017. They're using some kind of date code there instead of putting the month, day, and the year, or at least a month and the year on it. But I can't read it. I can't see it. Even with the beer out of the bottle, I can't see it. So that's where I'm going to put it. We'll run over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 4.32 out of 5. That is in their A- score. I think it's a little better than that. I think it's worthy of a couple notches above that. And over to Untappd for our final check-in, they say 4.24. That is definitely in their A- to A scale there. Because you have to grade these guys on a curve because they don't never seen a 5. So definitely an A beer. Definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on it. And then for $20 a bottle for a 13% barrel-aged beer of this magnitude and this size bottle, a very good buy in my opinion. It doesn't have wax on it where they're jacking the price up. It doesn't have a cork and a cage in it where they're jacking the price up. It doesn't have anything, box, special printed up box that they're sticking it in to jack the price up. Very reasonable price, $20 for a magnitude 13% barrel aged beer, brewed with lactose, 13%, a decent price for this big of a bottle. So I will say that I've had beers of this magnitude with wax and corked and caged that are $30 to $35 a pop. So decently priced. So if you see this, pick it up if you're into this style of beer. And if you've had it, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.